Hey everybody, welcome back to another week with Garden Therapy Girl. Today I decided to start my video off by giving you a little tour of my yard so you guys can see what it currently looks like, and then we can get into some yard demos. So let's get going. So this is my front porch, this is my front yard, and this is Maple. She just got a tree trim, so she's looking nice and fresh. This is our project from last week. This is how it's looking. We've got some grass growing back, but overall, I'm pretty happy with the way that it's looking right now. So we'll just walk around here. And then this is my front yard. So I've got all of these plants over here. It's kind of interesting now that it's spring. I am starting to see what is growing. I did not know those plants were there. They're pretty, so I may leave them. Who knows? They might make the cut. Then we come right over here. I've got one lone tulip growing. Looks like I've got some peonies that are getting ready to bloom. I am going to see if I can replant those in another place. This is the section where I chopped down my tree from week 1. The OGs remember this. This is all of the ground cover that is growing back in. Not a big fan. I've got to figure out how to get rid of it because I want to till this and make it into just grass. Then we come around this side. I've got lots of lone grass, a million dandelions, and my 2 little plants over here. This is my ivy wall. It's actually looking really good. I'm very impressed. My rose bush is growing perfectly. I thought hacking it down to less than half the height it was before might have done something to it, but it's actually doing really well. We've got this little plant right here, and we actually have a couple of blooms. So walking around my yard and seeing what kinds of things are growing is going to help give me a better idea of what I actually want to demo, things I want to try and transplant. I am really holding out a lot of hope on this peony, but we shall see. This is a teeny tiny little section right in front of my front window. We have one privacy bush that is barely hanging on for life here. And we've got a really beautiful vine growing up here. I actually chopped it down to the roots when we first moved back into this house in February, and it is already halfway up the ladder, so it's thriving. Moving into the backyard, this is our wonderful deck that desperately needs to be restained, and all this old paint needs to be taken off of it, but that is another project for another day. We'll start over in this corner. This is where my front yard meets my backyard. My rose bushes are just on the other side of this fence. We've got this little section. Oh, nice dog. We've got this little section here. We mostly just have some long grass growing in. And then we've got these couple of bushes right here. I'm still undecided on what to do with those. This is from week 3, I believe. And we have a million dandelions growing in here, so I've got to get rid of all of those. This tree needs to come down. This still needs to come down, and this still needs to come down. I will probably be doing that pretty soon. And then my hope is to turn this entire section into just grass also. Then we come right over here. I don't know what these are. I could have sworn I pulled them out, but they're growing back. Barely. They're halfway alive. This is our little bushy corner from week 4. Lots and lots of tall, thick grass, and I'm not 100% sure how to get rid of it. This is bush number 1 that I hacked down. It is not growing back, so I will be digging it out. This is bush number 2. It is growing, but I don't know what it is yet. And then we've got a massive hydrangea bush here. If anybody has any tips on how to prune this guy, it's just too big. I don't like how big it is, but I'm scared to cut it. I don't want to necessarily get rid of my hydrangeas because they are pretty. This little tree right here is very dead. It's been dead since we moved into our house. It will be coming down. Right past our very dead tree, we just have lots and lots of bushes and a cat that just jumped off of a hole. Where this barrel is, we actually want to build a fire pit that is established, that can have chairs, and looks like it's supposed to be a fire pit. And this tree gives off very weird fluffy things at the end of the summer that I don't like, so I will be taking that down as we move along here. It's mostly just weeds out here. We do have one raspberry bush back in the corner, and then we've got our empty little garden boxes that are begging to be filled. Then as we come over here, we've got our shed that keeps all of our gardening tools. and a really sad looking dry patch over here. Our plan is probably asphalt so that we can park our trailer back here. If my husband ever buys a motorcycle again, maybe it can come back here. If anybody knows what this is, we have nicknamed it the spider tree because spiders love to live in this tree. It's really easy to make webs in the branches. We hate it. It needs to go. And then just got a whole bunch of ground cover right here that's also needing to be pulled out. This will also be grass all the way up to the side of the house. So, big overview of my yard. Halfway done, got to do a little bit of recon there. And not even started, but we will get there. So, that is the tour of my yard. Right now, I think what I'm going to do is work on the backyard. I know the front yard still needs a little bit of help, and it's the part that everybody sees, but I feel like the backyard is bigger, so I might just hop back and forth, do some in the back, do some in the front. We will kind of just play it by ear and see how it goes, but let's get started on some more yard demo. All right, we are starting off with a little grass trim, and I just wanted to update you guys on my lawn with the IFA 4-step program. So I've done step 1. This is what it's looking like now. I also used that weed killer for the dandelions. It got rid of most of them, and I'm pretty happy with it. There's still a few lingering, but the next step is weed and seed. And I have been told that it is really good at getting rid of those last few stragglers. So you guys will be seeing me put that down in next week's video. I'm also going to buy a weed killer that's kind of a kill everything type of situation to put in a couple of the corners of my yard that have really tall grass growing but no actual plants, which you guys saw in the first part of the video, and where a gajillion dandelions are growing. Those things are going to be the death of me, I swear. And now that my grass is looking fresh, we can get down to the nitty gritty. So let's go. Okay, so as you all just saw, I just mowed my lawn, gave you a little lawn update. I'm very pleased with the way the grass is turning out. Very happy. This week is dandelion week, I've decided, because there are dandelions sprouting up all over in every part of my lawn. So today, if it is yellow, I will not let it mellow. It's so stupid. If I see a dandelion, it's coming out of the ground, going into the bucket, going into the trash. I'm going to start in this corner of my backyard, work my way around, and then get into the front. Let's go. While I know that I could probably just take weed killer to all these dandelions, I'm actually really glad that I did pull a bunch out by hand because it got me a lot closer to the different spots on this strip of my backyard so I can see if there are actual plants growing back here or if it's just weeds. And basically, this entire time, I was just brainstorming what I'm going to be doing in the future. I haven't really made a full decision yet, but it will be something great. I do know that. But you can see right here, there's just a lot of really thick, tall, wild grass, and I'm having a really hard time figuring out A, how to get rid of it, or B, if I should just plant some regular grass seed around it and let it grow in with my regular grass. I don't know. I'm undecided. All right, that's it for today. We'll get back to it tomorrow. We're back. It's the next day, and I'm just going to keep going. This little area, hi! This little area, there's quite a few dandelions. I'm only going to get the stuff on the edges, and then I think I'm going to spray the rest of it down, but I am going to get as much as I can done. It is cold today. Yesterday, I got sunburned, and today it is 59 degrees outside. So, Utah spring, super fun. But because this whole area is mostly just weeds, I am not going to pay too much mind to it because I am planning on just spraying weed killer around literally all of this area. So that's the plan. Honestly, the goal is just to get all of these, like as many dandelions out of here as I can, just to make sure they don't get white and fluffy and then get all over the place. But I've got a bunch in my grass that I'm going to pull out. So we're going to start there. Look how big that is. There's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 dandelions just on that one thing. That's huge. This is an area that I really want to just take some weed killer to because obviously whatever that plant is completely dead, and the dandelions just go all the way to the fence line, and I didn't feel like crawling all the way back there. Also, I just want to take a moment to shout out all of the people who do voiceovers regularly on YouTube. They make it look really easy, but the reality is that you got to do like 50 takes, and then when you get one good take, your husband decides to interrupt and make noises, so then you have to do it all over again. So, shout out to all of the people who do voiceovers on a regular basis. Thank you for making it look easy, but it really isn't. All right, I'm going to stop the video here this week because it started raining. I don't feel like working in the rain. So, sorry to end so abruptly. Sorry to end the video so abruptly this week, but I will have another one for you next Monday. I'll finish up the dandelions and then start working on some of this stuff that's kind of lingering in my backyard over here. I'm coming in. Anyway, I hope y'all have a great week. Don't forget to like, subscribe, hit that notification bell so you can get notified every time I upload a new video. I upload Mondays at 10 a.m. Mountain Time. And I will see you all next time. See ya.